Now, I don't know how many of you have heard about rumors that we might get a possible Starscream or Seeker 3.0 mold. And for those of you who might get excited about hearing that, I'm going to apologize up front because I'm secret out. And I'm not excited about it, but I'm going to tell you more why coming up. So welcome back to Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. I want to talk to you about the possible 3.0 Seeker. And really, I can't talk about the future without talking about the past. So we're going to talk about this here. And I kind of had a hate relationship with Starscream in the Masterpiece line since the get-go. And the first one they put out in the MP3 upset me for a lot of reasons, because it was when they first figure they put out 9 inches and they scaled down the Masterpiece line to 9 inches. So that upset me. And then it was this weird looking teal green color. And I don't know why. I don't care why. I didn't even bother to learn why. And I'm sure someone will put it in my comments. But I wasn't interested in buying it for the expensive price of, I think it was close to $200 for this Seeker back then, to import it back then. And I thought it looked terrible. I thought the side pieces on it looked terrible, and then the coloring. And then I didn't like the 9 inch. So there we go. Started off bad. So then they colored it properly, and then they even eventually gave us a Walmart release for $55. And I picked it up, but still, the side pieces, I didn't like that. And I thought, you know what, Takara, you could do better than this. Like this is a good figure. I'm excited for Starscream. That's colored properly in the Masterpiece line. Wished he was 12 inches, but I started to get over it. For $55, you know, what are you going to do? And so they did a version 2. I was excited about the version 2. I got to say that it looks better. It's what I wanted. I wanted a better looking one. Got rid of that weird looking side pieces. I do have to admit, when I got it in hand, I thought it was very light and it felt cheap and it didn't tab together as well as I thought it would. But then again, I got the Toys R Us version because, of course, I'm a budget collector. I don't want to spend $200 a Seeker. I'd rather spend, a buddy of mine, we both went and got one, and it was buy one, get one half off at a Toys R Us deal, $60. So I'd rather spend that kind of price. And I was happy with it. I'm perfectly fine with that option. Takara goes on to give us all kinds of different colors of this new mold. Now, I admit the new mold's better looking, but it feels kind of fragile, very fragile, for those of you who speak French or watch A Christmas Story. And, you know, there's the Acid Storm, and the thing is that people have been collecting these all along. I have quite a few different colors, and I've got quite a few of these. And then comes along good old Make Toys. Now, I personally got the second run of the Make Toys Starscream for a very specific reason. And the reason I did was because I just didn't want to admit I liked it so much when it first came out, because I have these other ones. Kind of want to defend my purchase for a while. And no, mine's fine. That looked good, but it's not good enough to upgrade and all this. I finally caved in. I finally got it. I admit it's better. It looks better. It feels better. I feel like I have a quality figure on my shelf versus what I had there before. And of course, that may be because I had the Hasbro release. Maybe the Takara one is so much better than the Hasbro release. I can't speak to that, and I never will, because I'm not going to spend $200 on a Seeker. It just doesn't matter to me that much. But here we go again. You know, having to start buying all of them again in different colors. And as much as I like Make Toys, I don't care enough to start dropping. Well, 115 is a good price. You know, that's not bad. But 115 again on all these figures when I already have options on my shelf. And I'm okay with, hey, Starscream looks great and all the rest of them in the background, just whatever. But, you know, here it is. I'm happy with the Make Toys Starscream. I'm happy with a plethora of different figures from different companies, such as Toy World. Now I got the Toy World cone heads, and I got them in a trade with a buddy of mine, and I just wanted to review them. Then I was going to throw them on eBay and get rid of them. And I reviewed them, and I found that I liked them. They had the paint, they just looked good. They have a nice presence. They're tall, whatever. They're different. And guess what? I like that. I don't want all of my Seekers or all of any one figure that has been repainted to death, like a Seeker, to all look exactly the same. I like them looking different. I like Grapple Inferno looking different on my shelf. And even though I have the Takara version of this guy here, I now have the Toy World, and now I display the Toy World because it's much taller and I just like the look better. Although, I have to admit, Takara is more screen accurate on this guy. And then, of course, this really would have bothered me if I had spent $200 on a Seeker from Takara, specifically imported it, spent $200, and then turned around and here we get the Coronation Set, which essentially is more or less the same figure with some clip-on pieces. I would have been upset about that. I'd have been like, oh, like, now I got to rebuy this. So you could get these pieces, I guess, separate. I don't know. I never went out of the way, but I think it looks good. I think it's cool. These kinds of things are pretty cool. But I would have really been upset had I spent all that money and then had to buy it again. So, Mike, you've been doing all this talking about all these different Seekers here and kind of a short history lesson in a way, but not all inclusive, guys. This was not meant to be all inclusive. That would be 1,000 pictures, by the way. A lot of people speculate that we're going to get a version 3 Starscream because of this head that was included with MP44, which that's excellent thinking, and obviously this rumor's been around for a while that we're going to get this thing. And if this new head swapping mechanism or feature that they are featuring in MP44 is actually awesome. It's super smooth and super easy, and it looks good from the front and the back. So, I mean, this might be the exact same head if they put a version 3 out. So that is a pretty good idea. But now I really want to get into why I really don't want to see a version 3 made. Not that version 2 was that outstanding. It was good, but it wasn't outstanding. Not that version 3 would be great. It might be great. It might knock everyone's socks off. It might make all the Make Toys lovers sell all their Make Toys and get rid of all their Make Toys. Who knows? But I want to say that a lot of people have built a collection full of Seekers and are happy with them. And they're going to be torn. And it's not the same thing as, say, an Optimus Prime. MP44 came out, right? And that's one figure. That's one character. And then they'll probably put out a bunch of different color molds to this. And you may be happy with your one Optimus Prime, your transform element, or you get this or not. Either way, you have an Optimus Prime in your collection. When you're looking at doing an entire whole new series of Seekers, which is probably what Takara would do if they put the version 3 out, and the version 3 Starscream, and you're going to be wanting to replace it all, or you're going to be stuck with those problems, well, kind of like I have, where I have a hodgepodge of these, which I don't mind. For me, it's okay. But I don't care about these upcoming Seekers because I have my hodgepodge I'm happy with. And to tell you the truth, I personally don't care enough about Seekers. But there's a lot of people out there that really, really care about Seekers. They care about how their Seeker collection looks. They want them to look uniform, unlike me. And there's a lot of people out there that are going to really want to upgrade if this happens. So it's a plus and a minus. But I'm telling you what camp I'm in. Now, I know all of you think, Mike, you support Takara no matter what they put out. And I say, no, that's not true. I really thought the Optimus Prime, the MP44, looked amazing. And it's kind of one of those things where he's the most iconic character in all of Transformers. It's a different story. Bumblebee. I don't want to see a Bumblebee every single year come out. But I never was satisfied with MP21. I felt like he was too short. I felt like he was oddly shaped. I don't feel like he was a cartoon accurate. But you know what? I got mine as a cheap KO, and I don't care. So I was like, eventually there'll be a better Bumblebee. Third party will take care of that for me. Well, now Takara's taking care of it. And it's not perfect. It's not great. But we're getting characters that just keep getting remade. I'm getting tired of characters getting remade. I'm open to the Bumblebee and the Prime. I don't want to see this keep going on every other year, because you only get every other year releases from Takara, but every other year we get just a remake. I think Hound is going to be the most wanted and looked forward to, anticipated figure coming out, simply because he's different. He's not something remade that they've already made before, and because there are decent options out there on the third party, I still think this is going to win. And it's one of those things, like, you know, score one for Takara, hopefully. Score one for collectors, aside from price. And, like we just kind of touched on it, we need new characters, like maybe a Mirage or a Jazz, or what I would really like to see Takara do is a punch counter punch. That would be awesome. So, we want to see these new characters come out. We don't want to keep seeing rehashed characters. I don't want to have to go through replacing a Seeker set, which, by the way, I wouldn't anyway. I mean, I would just not buy the Starscream. But it means I would lose a slot for something that should have been made. Hey, even if... Okay, this is terrible, but even if it gives us a Rhinox or a Rat Trap or something that we have not gotten in the Masterpiece Beast Wars line, I'd rather see that than another Seeker version. But lastly, what are people going to do with their Seeker collections? I think a lot of people will be kind of dumping their old Seeker collection as they get the new Seeker figure from Takara, if this 3.0 really exists or comes out. And I'm one of those people that would probably be buying up other people's old Seekers for cheap that they don't care about anymore and giving them a loving home. But that's just me. And I guess that's a plus. I mean, in the end, I guess it would be a plus. Other collectors could buy the old for cheaper, and then the collectors that cared enough would buy the new. That kind of goes both ways. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about this possible Seeker or Starscream 3.0 coming out? Would you be on board? Are you Seekered out like me? Like, subscribe to Dear Hanger out.